think we can start. All right, good morning, evening, afternoon, or night, wherever you are. I hope you're having an amazing, amazing time. Um, I'll be honest. I've recently started streaming like nights, as in during this time slot when my kiddo is actually in bed. And even though the streams are like a little bit like on the shorter end, I've actually been enjoying them a lot. And this is not like an official announcement or anything of the sort, but I'm actually considering just kind of being around more often, and not just fully focusing on the weekend streams, but just making an effort to show up at night, like during this time, because it really, I don't know, it really means a lot to me to be able to hang out during the week as well and just kind of, play games and do whatever. So I'm thinking about just kind of making like a permanent schedule of some sort, um, and just basically telling you when I won't be live. you know, it's like if something happens, or if like I don't know, I oversleep, or if I put my kiddo to bed or something, I realize I'm too tired, or if I don't show up on one day or whatever, I can just tell you that I won't be showing up. But this way, like maybe I should just let you know, that Monday to Friday it's gonna be like this. During the weekends, I'm gonna be live a little early, and that's that. So I kind of like, I'm thinking about just doing that instead, and just, I don't know, just making an effort to show up at least for a little bit. Alpha, hi, and welcome back. What's up? And also Zykara, welcome back. How are you doing? Yeah, because this feels right for me. I didn't think that it would feel right to like make an effort and actually be here at night, but this is what I want to be doing. And I think I'm just going to, for a while at least, go a little I guess not as heavy on like editing videos and such, and just kind of, hanging out on stream instead, because it's very hard to do both. Because on the nights that I'm not streaming, I want to be editing videos and whatnot, and I used to do a lot of that, but like that doesn't just come with, I don't know, it's very hard to build a community like that. Also, Vicky Crescent, hello and welcome. What's up? And Creative, hi and welcome also. How are you doing? Sounds great to what works best for you and a family kiddo. Yeah, definitely. Like, he's a good kid, and like during this time, he's asleep, and I just really like this apartment and the fact that I can like hear him at all times, even when I'm streaming, and he can't hear me, which I've already tested, and it's just like the sound system just works very well. Luneth, also welcome back. What's up? Can you pass me the remote, please? That one, yeah. Thanks. Don't throw it. Don't. Damn it. Okay. I just realized that it is entirely too hot in this room. But anyhow, today, before we start, I just wanted to give a spoiler warning. We're going to go through the endings, basically, of all of these side quests that I didn't know were going to have like an ending. What I mean by ending is like getting like a final, I guess, piece of the puzzle for each one of these stories. So if you've already played through 16, you know what I'm talking about. But basically, I was doing all of the side quests, and then I was hit with like a ton of these little stories that basically reward me with these like items that I can put on the wall. And what I'm doing today is, since I'm on the final MSQ quest and there will be no return after that, I just want to make sure I clear all of them. So today we're gonna see like the endings of all of these awesome stories, and I'm just very excited for that. So I said that I will be streaming Monday, Tuesday, and today is Tuesday, but I'm pretty sure that I'll be live tomorrow as well, with either finishing up side quests or doing the main story, depending on how today goes. Nothing much, just attended my first session in drama at the Summer Rising program in my school today. That actually sounds exciting. Nice. Yeah, now is like the time for like all of the like summer activities and such, right? Like when like I used to go like to school or uni or whatever, like these like activities didn't used to be a thing. Like at least around here, like during the summer, you're just free to do whatever you want, like camps or anything of the sort. It's just not a very big thing. Anyways, today, like, I don't really have a ton of time. I have like a couple of hours, maybe 2.5 hours or whatever. So I would like to go through as many of these stories as possible, and I definitely want to hear how you're doing and what you've been up to. Um, I thought I was done with like the letter quest, and as soon as I finished one, I received another one called Making Amends. So this is from the historian dude, Hippocrates. I should know how to say his name. He's almost a historical persona. Master Clive, I'm aware there are matters of much greater import which demand your attention. But should you find yourself a moment, I bid you visit me in the shelves that I might ask a single favor concerning His Highness Prince Dion. Yes, please. I want a
Seems to
Dion
be me
resolution
meeting demands
quest.
of Hippocrates. I wonder what this is about.
I love these. Have you played through? Has anyone played through Final Fantasy 16 like in its entirety, including the side quests? If you have, then you can probably at least somewhat share the excitement of today's day because the other the other the other day, which was yesterday, I actually got to like get a taste of what those are gonna be like, and they are so good. Luneth, you're gonna get yourself spoiled.
Lawsman Hippocrates, I received your note.
Ah, yes. I expect you're wondering what this is all about.
You spoke of making amends with Dion, but I can't imagine what for.
Then I should begin by telling you
He's
that I
out,
was
but
once
Luneth is also
his
hanging
tutor.
out with me tonight.
This
So
was some
Luneth
years
is
ago, of
in
course,
this room,
before I joined
still getting
Sig in his
himself
hideaway.
spoiled.
At that time, I was counted among the foremost scholars of Oriflamme, and was accordingly invited to the palace to supervise the young prince's education, all to ensure that the future emperor had a firm grounding in, well, everything an emperor should. History, religion, commerce, government. Alas, our time together was cut short when Dion left to join the dragoons.
What is this?
His
How do I
study is no
fix
longer
this?
being deemed
What if I
necessary.
spill it? Oh,
I had not expected to meet with him again, least
looks
of
like
all
a
either.
potion. What the?
Have you spoken with him?
No, I have yet to find the right moment. His Highness always seems so preoccupied,
This is lemonade. It
especially
looks like
when
a
alone. I would
looks
not
like
wish
a
to
high
disturb his
potion.
ruminations with idle words of greeting. Not when I know he dwells upon the evil Ultima had him commit in the
That's
Dominion.
our.
They always
I
have
don't know what I expected.
But as you say, that was Ultima's doing. Surely you can't blame yourself.
Oh god.
When I first met him, it was not guilt, but his people's expectations
Okay, I need to
weighed
focus.
heavily upon him, and I did nothing to ease that burden. He bore it alone.
This is
Till
making me
the day
cry.
he could not bear it any longer. It is one of my greatest regrets that I only ever offered him my wisdom, when what he truly needed
Okay.
was friendship. The blame for Dion's transgressions lies not only on his shoulders, but on mine.
So this is gonna be Dion quest, not Hippocrates
I'm ready
quest,
to help you in any way that I can.
technically.
Then I beg that you bring me a wild wyvern tale.
A what?
Apothecaries across the ages agree that even to glimpse such a flower
Oh.
is to be granted inner solace. Fabulists and
I
fraudsters,
thought
of course.
he meant like a tale of
There
an
is oft a
animal.
seed of truth to be
Literally.
found where even the most outlandish opinions align.
Well, it can't hurt to try. Where can I find this flower? Now I know it.
You have seen cultivated wyvern tails before, I trust. The lily-white blossoms from whose roots the poisonous ink for the brand is distilled. Well,
Wait,
those which grow in the wild differ only
is that
in their
the
purpose.
flower that Dion had
The
on
harsher
his?
the environment in which they are raised, the deeper the color. There is a waterfall in Rick
The one
Man's
that his
most
whole
across the strait,
family's had?
where the flowers once grew in abundance. Whether they still survive there, I know not. But try as I might, I can find no likelier location.
It's
Like,
all
you know
right.
how they were like
I'll find
showing
your
this
wyvern tail
flower
one way or another.
like pretty much everywhere
Thank
in
you,
the
Clive.
Dion
And
cutscenes.
please,
You know which one I mean, right? Like the one that I said that reminds me of Lunar Tear. And that kept happening. Like the whole motive just like kept like being repeated throughout all of the cutscenes. Okay, so we travel across the world to get Dion a flower, but I would say it's worth it. Dion is great. By the way, how's the sound today? Are we experiencing any of our usual technical difficulties? I hope not. Can I ride here? God damn
Ambrosia
it.
won't help me here.
So what? I've run for like what 500. Is this what is this? Meters, yards, yards. It's like nobody really knows how much a yard is, especially here in Europe. It's like what is a yard? It's like why don't games use a metric system? Like they speak British, but when it comes to like distance, they use yards. It's like when is the last time you spoke to a British person and they used yards? Please don't tell me they use it because that will be terribly embarrassing. Like the only
Let's
time I've
go.
ever encountered yards was when I was in the States. And people were trying to explain what they call football to me. Over here it's called rugby. And football is played with feet. I've offended like half of my chat now, didn't I? Why can't I move through the trees? Oh my god.
Holding back.
So if I want to go there, I have to like
Seems this place has been flooded
not go
twice
there.
over.
Is this gonna start moving as well?
Purple
It's like these
flowers blooming
creatures
next
look
to
like
a
the
waterfall.
ground.
Shouldn't be too hard to find.
Okay, so we found it.
Red skull.
But I guess we have company. Oh shh. Oh my god, come on, dude. Yeah, this guy's gonna be around for a while.
Too slow.
Okay, I need to start remembering to actually play and like dodge things. Well, since he's on his own, then I guess Giga Flare is the only fair thing to do. Why did it got lift? Why does the game do that?
Get him. This one.
I'm going to assume that you either can't hear me or that the sound is okay. Is that it? That is not the flower,
Yeah.
right?
Might as well pick enough for a bunch.
So, deliver it. Basically, this was a fetch quest that is like very cleverly presented as a fetch quest, but instead it's something that like will likely break you when you turn it in. That's kind of what I expect of these final quests. Alright, thanks for letting me know. I'm always paranoid about the sound because sometimes, especially on Kick, I've been getting people saying that both the sound from the game and from me were kind of weird on Kick and fine on YouTube since I multi-stream. And then I was sending people over to YouTube until like sound started being okay on both YouTube and Kick. So since I think most of us are on Kick at the moment, I just wanted to make sure that we're fine.
Oarsman, I found the flowers you were looking for.
You did?
But this is
I
not
think
that
I did.
flower. I think Clive should definitely have like a side skill tree leveled up as like a top tier botanist at this point. Like how many flowers have we picked throughout the game? And how many curls have we killed? Like basically Tanner and the botanist should be leveled up for sure. Alright, good. Kick sometimes knows how to do these things.
My dear boy, thank you.
Ruin our
You wanted to make
experience.
Dion a gift of one, did you not? Shall I invite him to join us?
Oh, I
Oh,
didn't-
he. Oh, what?
It's no trouble. I'll go and fetch him.
Maybe he's I don't know, he feels a bit weirded out by it. Maybe he didn't expect that he's actually going to, like, I don't know, do this in person, but it is lovely that pretty much everyone from the hideaway is here. I'm going to guess that he's, yeah, there he is. We just basically walked past him as we went to deliver the flowers for him to Hippocrates. He looks sad.
Rhinos,
Aww.
would you do me the honor of accompanying me?
No. It is
Oh,
time.
oh, he thinks we're off.
No. Bring me to the shelves. Our lawsman has something he'd like to give you.
Master Hippocrates.
Hippocrates is how you say it. Or maybe that's just a British way of
I dare
saying
not
it.
show my face before him.
Why? What's wrong?
Not after everything I have done.
Oh, that. Oh, he's for.
I have taken
He's so silly.
countless innocent lives. And ruined
How am I able to forgive Dion but not forgive
Because I was
Quentin?
weak.
Quentin.
I have sworn to atone for my crimes or die in the attempt.
And Dion did like things
Were
that
I
are
to
much
meet with him
worse.
again, and see in his eyes what I have become. I fear that my resolve might falter.
Then that is all the more reason to do it. Test your resolve. Prove to yourself.
It's like I should be
how strong
mad
it
at
truly
Dion
is.
at least half as much as I'm mad at like Quentin, if not more.
You are right. I must, at the very
Definitely
least,
more.
offer him my gratitude.
Quentin,
Very well, then.
Quintus, he got like
Take me
20
to him.
people killed,
Follow me.
maybe. Dion basically ruined his own kingdom and killed countless. Why do I have different feelings? It's because he's pretty, isn't it? Yeah, I think that's that. That's terrible. Quentin is just an old dude. I should like, if I can forgive Dion, I should be able to forgive Quentin as well.
Even now, I hesitate to approach him. What must he think of me?
Aww.
You'd be surprised.
That can sound both good and bad. But I had no idea that they had this kind of connection from before. It's kind of lovely to learn that.
Master Hippocrates, pray. Accept my apologies for leaving your tutelage before my studies were complete. Your lessons opened my mind to a world quite unlike the one I had imagined from within the gilded confines of the palace. And I shall be forever grateful for the efforts you made to enlighten me.
Lift
So
up
wonderful.
your head, Your Highness. The deeds of youth require no apology. That you took the time to visit me says much about the man you
Like,
have become.
honestly, one of the most heartfelt characters
Now,
in the
there is
entire
something
game.
I would like to show you.
And it's not because he's pretty.
Is that a wyvern tail?
Everybody in this game knows their flowers.
The color is unfamiliar to me.
Because it is unique to those found in the wild.
It is that same flower.
Something in the harsh environment in which they grow
It's
lends
just
them this
the one that he likes is
striking
white,
hue.
like really white.
Their
right?
roots are indistinguishable from those of their hothouse cousins, but once they bloom, the difference is immediately apparent. In this flower, I see you, Your Highness. Its roots were the roots of a wyvern tail, with all that implies. But they do not define it, just as yours do not define.
No, your deeds define you, and you burned your own kingdom. Like, sorry
I
to
want
say.
you to have it, that it might remind you
Please don't tell him that.
of this truth.
That's just me being mean. For no reason.
Master Harpocrates, I would ask of you a service. Keep your gift until I have fulfilled my duty to the realm.
Oh no, this is gonna remain an
Only
open
then
quest?
shall I be deserving of it.
Oh no. Please don't do that to me. Please make me be able to complete it.
As you wish, Your Highness. I shall await your return.
Okay, someone's gonna die. The quest is gonna be completed, but someone's gonna die. That's option number 2. I don't know which is worse.
Our roots do not define us. No wonder my stepmother didn't like you. For reuniting me with memories I had thought long lost.
No, that was beautiful.
I shall not forget this.
I am a bit of a jerk at times, but I do find beauty in this, I assure you. And these kids are just here to witness every single one of the dramas that happen in the library. Because they're in, like, forever detention.
Thank you, Clive. Were it not for you, I fear I might never have found the right moment to speak with
Oh
you.
no, he's gonna die. Like, of
To mention
natural
the wife and
cause.
tales. I shall plant their seeds, that I might not disappoint His Highness.
We're gonna
upon
return,
his return.
and we're gonna find his grave.
It's all in the hideaways to their liking.
And these flowers
These flowers
growing
bloom
on
in
his
the bleak,
grave.
black wastes of Waloed. I'm sure Nigel's yard will suit them to a T. When it comes to expressing one's gratitude, I find that words are seldom sufficient. Here,
What's this?
a stolas quill. Or more precisely, my stolas quill. 'Tis said that an owl's feathers are steeped in the wishes it hears over its long lifetime. All those words just waiting to pour out onto the page. So consider this my wish for you. That one day you may put down your sword and pick up that pen.
Aww.
Well, when that day comes, I'll certainly have a lot to write about.
Maybe this is like a quiet
Yeah,
advertisement
apologies.
for a Clive book.
I have pride of place in my chamber.
I wonder what quest we did to make this quest possible. A tale to tell. Okay, now I get it. That was funny. Kind of like the way in they did it in Final Fantasy XIV with Emmett. Like when he started talking about like all these things we could visit, and it basically like I don't know it looked like an advertisement for like future expansions and such. By the way, we're gonna do this every single time. Like, check what we got, because this is the whole point of it. I want to see the quill. Where is it? His best loved writing implement, whose ink has penned many a learned tome. It said that the long quills of the soul has become imbued with the wishes it hears over its long lifetime. The words is waiting to pour out of the page, so that so should the day come that Clive puts down his sword and picks up the pen, he shall not find his one and only insurmountable enemy in writer's block. I love these little rewards. They pretty much say the same thing that the quest givers say, but that's okay. This one was short-ish in comparison to the ones that we did yesterday, but we're just gonna do all of them. There is no reason whatsoever not to. Wow, Joshua has a quest. I didn't expect that.
Joshua, what's wrong? And don't say nothing.
It's not nothing. I've received word from Cyril. The Undying have found Father's will. Or
Something akin to it. His will. How and where? In the
Why
crypt
didn't we get
beneath Roseleaf
notified?
Castle. After Kupka was kind enough to drive out the Imperials, the Undying took the opportunity to recover what relics of the Duchy yet remained. And in the process of doing so, they found a letter from Father. I'm surprised anything survived down there.
Oh, I see.
Cyril
So it was a
asked about
chance
joining on
find.
Tabor at my convenience. I have been meaning to go, but would you join me?
Of course. Not right now.
Of course.
That'd be so sad.
I want to know what's in that letter as much as you do.
Yeah,
Very well.
because half of it is mine.
I am ready to leave when you are.
Of course we want to find out what's in the letter. We will not be stolen from. But I'm sure that that's not what Joshua is trying to do. I don't know, I think I'm just in a jerk mood today. I'm sorry. I'm like being overly cynical. For sure. Now that we're here, if we happen to finish the quest here as well, maybe we can take the other one, because there is also side quests all around the map.
Your Grace, my lord, I trust your journey was not overly onerous.
Cyril, you found a letter from Father.
Yes, I have it here. If you would do us the honor, my lord.
Oh, okay, they actually mean me. I know that I ask much of you in this coming war, but I see no other way to secure a future for our duchy and our family. Yet even should we succeed in subduing the savages and winning back Drake's breath, the threat of the Blight still looms. And only with all Rosaria striving as one might we at last overcome it. I've made plans to see us through, but such are the obstacles that stand in our way. It shall likely fall to you to continue my work. I know that you have the strength, the courage, and the will to do so. This shall be an arduous inheritance, and so I offer you another, that you might be reminded of the love and the faith that I hold for both of you. Arduous inheritance. What is actually what is he actually offering to us?
An inheritance.
It would seem the late Archduke penned this missive shortly before his passing.
The day before we left for Phoenix Gate. What are these plans he spoke of?
His plans for the duchy, your grace. Your father entrusted them to my predecessor, the former bearer of the Burning Quill, who entrusted them in turn to me.
How long has he known
Complete
this?
Emancipation of bearers is their stated
Oh,
aim.
wow.
But your father's dream did not end there. His Grace also spoke of building hospices to care for those stricken by the curse.
Like, how could you not want to do
and the
these
founding
quests?
of a new university to further the development of non-magical technologies. With the blight spreading ever more widely across the twins, Archduke Elwyn saw this as the only means of securing Rosaria's survival.
He wished to see men and bearers treated as equal. To see centuries of common wisdom overturned. Small wonder he did not think it achievable within his lifetime.
But he thought it achievable nonetheless. Had he not, he would never have written this message.
How are the bearers treated in his
Nor would he have
realm?
entrusted his vision
I'm trying to
his most
remember, because I did
faithful
see
aides,
slaves there as
those
well.
who would have stood with
I
you,
remember.
shielded you from the machinations of the less benevolent personages at court.
It's a pity only they are still with us.
Right.
It is true that those most loyal to your father were the first to suffer the Duchess's wrath.
Yeah, no wonder.
But one at least remains, and she has come bearing gifts.
What do you mean?
Mayhap it is better that she explain.
Wait, who
my
is
lord.
she? What?
After all, the duties entrusted to me by my predecessor extended only to recovering His Grace's will and arranging a meeting with
Wait,
one who...
who can this be? It's apparently a lady, and it's someone who we know or who our father knew, and it's definitely not like. It's definitely not someone who was, I don't know, maybe close to him. I guess it's not the mother, obviously, because she's no longer alive. But like, who could it have been? Would it be someone who we know? Oh, this is exciting.
Right, executed. Or a part of it, at least.
And where is this woman?
She awaits you in the archive, Your Grace.
Thank you, Cyril.
Who could she be? Like, I have
Shall
no
we?
clue. Maybe they're trying to introduce someone new, but I would guess that it is someone who knows us, or maybe who knew us. Maybe someone like from the demo, you know, like from those first cutscenes or whatever. Where is the archive? Speak with Archduke Allen's aide in the Requiratory. Where is that? Oh, I see. Who is this Cyril's guest? Do we know her? Who is this old lady? I think I see her for the first time.
My lord, Your Grace.
I don't recognize her.
I hardly recognize you.
Yeah, same. It's like, am I supposed to
I am
pretend that
Godfrey,
I...
retainer of House Rosfield,
Oh.
loyal servant to the Phoenix and his shields. Your father, the Archduke Elwyn, entrusted me with the delivery of a gift. I only hope you can forgive my tardiness in bringing it to you.
Lift up your head, Lady Goditha. You have our gratitude. For
Do
your
we
service to
know
our
her?
house
Have I
and
forgotten
to our
about
father.
her?
I merely did my duty, as any proud Rosarian would.
My lady, perhaps you could explain a little more.
Right, it's like, get to the
What
fucking
exactly
point.
is the gift you bring?
As I'm sure you know, it has long been the custom for the children of House Rosfield to be presented with certain keepsakes upon their coming of age.
No, I don't know.
Indeed it has. Our father often spoke of the day when our turn would come.
And had he lived to see it, he would have presented you with the treasures I bear. Matching armbands for you both. Alas, he did not live. Indeed, he was taken from us even before they could be completed.
Oh.
He had intended to claim the Heartstone with which each armband was to be finished himself, but it was not to be. And his gifts remain incomplete.
I see.
It saddens me to bring them before you, as they are.
I think it's still
It was your
nice.
father's wish that you be presented with the finished articles, not these works in progress. But with his grace long since gone, and the stone left
Maybe we
unclaimed,
need to find the
I had
stones?
little choice. You are grown men now, and his house is yours. And while I would not presume to insist upon your claiming the Heartstone in his stead, I know that nothing would have pleased him more than for you to do so.
Thank you, Lady Goditha.
What say you, Clive?
What else? Of course, my lady. May our father's will be done.
Oh, I am much obliged.
Do you know where we might find this Heartstone, my lady?
I do. Though it may be a matter of a good deal more than simply happening.
Oh, okay, so this is where the
It's
plot
found in the bellies
thickens.
of elder griffins.
Oh.
You see, we do at least know where to find one.
Okay, so
A
so they
certain
are gonna
specimen has
finish
made its nest in
our
Tyler's
gifts.
Wake,
We just need to
not
get the
far from
stones.
here.
Great.
A certain specimen.
You are most perceptive, Your Grace. In answer to your unspoken
The game is
question,
amazing. And also, Tony,
Yes.
hello
in
and
fact,
welcome.
this is
What's
the
up?
very same beast your father
Have you
meant to
finished the
slay.
game?
I have been tracking its movements since you were but a boy. Were you to slay it in his stead, as men of House Rosfield, it would surely...
So, if I
make your
understand it
father
correctly, this
proud.
griffin
What
has
say you, Joshua?
2 stones
What
in
else?
its belly that we need to dig out. Is that
Titan's Wake is to the south of here.
to the
But
south?
we
I
must
know.
not be hasty.
Please don't use these confusing words. Alright. Let's just teleport away and go left. That's how we're gonna do it. No, I'm just in the process of finishing like the
Come on.
the final side quests, the ones that like give you the fun stuff in the in the room before I move on to the final quest of the game.
Nice
So
Peter,
right now I'm just
Joshua.
cleaning up because I really want to finish all of it. I haven't finished because I'm afraid that if I finish the main quest, that these are going to maybe disappear. So I think I've reached like the cutoff point as I'm on the last chapter, and I don't want to start the last chapter until I've finished the side
There it is.
quests because I love the stories.
The House Rossfield.
Oh, oh, hello. Maybe I can. Okay. How much combat are we really going to get ourselves into? So I'm pretty sure that we can spend everything. Oh, is it gonna fly? It's not gonna fly. Please don't leave. Please don't leave. Not while this is happening. If only I could just not get hit. Okay, the bird. Oh, why was I in the air? That's why it didn't like really work. Never mind. I'm just trying to break it a little bit. I love how the ability is called Kingslayer. And we are here to basically, well, not avenge. It's not the bird that, you know, that killed our father, obviously, but, you know, coming here as representatives of our house to get, basically to get material things that we technically shouldn't even possess. I guess it's fine. Okay, I just want to stagger it so that I can... do this kind of damage. I love it. Whenever he says that, it's such a John Wick moment. Togo, kill! But the guy in the John Wick, he doesn't say the name, he just says kill. I always, like, in every one of my streams, I think I refer to that. Oh shit. I'm actually not doing okay. This bird is strong. Okay, so I should be wary of the green stuff. I was using like Garuda's powers and something in my mind was telling me that those are mine, but they're not. How am I getting hit so hard? I can't even see it. To start. Oh my god, it is strong. It is strong. Why is it so strong? I'm like spending everything I have on it. Jeez, come on.
That's better.
Okay, that's not good. Is there something wrong with? They did say it was gonna be difficult, but I didn't expect this. Okay. Yeah, that hit much harder than I thought it was gonna.
Is this the Heartstone?
I expect Lady Godotha will know.
Now we just need to figure out like what this Hearthstone really is. I think I misunderstood it a little bit. Like they're either the stones that they need to basically finish the armlets, or like that's pretty much what I understood. But I thought that we needed like different stones for two of us. But that is not to be. Alright, lady.
Oh, thank the Founder you were safe.
Right? I almost spent all of my potions.
And the Heartstone claimed.
Yes, this radiant luster like frozen flame. It is just as your father described it. Thank you, my lord. Your grace. Your father would be so proud.
I think we are actually getting the
lapidary is ready.
the finished product.
I will be with him shortly. If you would excuse me, I shall have the stone cut
Yep.
and set forthwith.
Do you think, like, for whoever is playing Final Fantasy XIV, do you think their
The
outfits
armbands are
will be
complete.
put at the at the store
Take them. They are yours.
ever, or just
after
given in
all.
the game, maybe through an event
Heartstone
or
is
something?
harder and more enduring than garnet, or even ruby. It symbolizes unwavering will and devotion. And the graven vines encircling the stone represent the unbreakable bonds between you.
It's a message. Father knew we had enemies both inside and outside the duchy. Enemies who would thwart his vision. Only with unwavering devotion would it ever be realized.
And only if we stood together, as Phoenix and Shield, as brothers in arms, only then might those enemies be overcome.
Indeed. His Grace knew the enormity of the task he would entrust to you, his heirs. But this was more than just a message. It was a promise. That he would always be with you.
Thank you.
She sounds like
Lady
she really
Goditha,
cared about him a lot. I'm
for
actually
remaining
surprised
the
that she's
steadfast custodian
like
of our
new
father's
to
will.
us. How come we never knew
Forgive me,
anything
my
about
lady, but
her?
there is something I don't quite understand. The Undying told me that after Father died, Mother claimed all of the ducal treasures for her own. Even if the armbands were incomplete, she would surely not have overlooked them. So, how were you able to keep them from her?
Because I was the keeper of the vault. Though I was but a lowly servant, your father spoke to me
Oh,
of his
wow.
intentions for the bands, of the deep love he had for both of you, and his hopes.
Only thanks
for
to
your
him
future.
being who he is do we have him
In the
today.
days before the disaster at Phoenix Gate, I discovered that the Duchess had ordered her jewelry be sent away from the castle.
Why didn't she say
It was then
anything?
that I knew she meant to betray us. I
What the
tried to
hell?
warn your father,
Oh.
but it was too late. When word of the fire reached Rosalith, I knew my time was short. So I took up the
Wow.
armbands and I fled into the night.
And thank the Founder
This
you did.
lady is
Yet my
badass.
duty to your father was incomplete. Not knowing what else to do, I followed the Griffin, thinking I might claim the Heartstone on its passing. And so my pursuit continued, until Lord Cyril appeared.
She wanted to
before me.
wait for the bird to
He
die
informed
to
me
get
that
it.
His Grace's will had been
Holy
recovered,
shit.
and that his sons were alive and well.
Wow.
Lady Goditha, on behalf of my father and all the people of Rosaria, I thank you for your loyal service.
As do I.
Thank you, my lord. Your Grace, for coming back to us, for giving my service meaning.
That's awesome. Exit. Oh, so just walk out, right?
The bands suit you well.
Can I
It
see
must be
them?
gratifying to finally receive the inheritance that was denied you for so long.
It is. And we thank you for the part you played.
Where are they?
If you would permit me to play my part a little longer, might I suggest that you make your way to your father's memorial atop Hawk's Cry Cliff? Let him see that you have received his blessing, and that his vision lives on.
Wow, these quests are like
I suppose it would be churlish not to.
like
What do you
the
say,
last
Clive?
attempt to break your
Should we
heart
pay for it?
before you finish the game.
think
What
we
the
should.
hell?
I was hoping to be able to offer him my thanks before we left for Origin.
Your father's helm is enshrined there. It has been since the day we recovered it from Phoenix Gate. I prithee claim it, for it too is a part of your inheritance.
Are we gonna
I do
have
not
that too
doubt
in
that
our
your
room?
father would prefer it in your hands than perched upon some lonely rock.
Thank you, Cyril.
Acid, hello and welcome. What's up? No, it's so far it's amazing. Like I'm just kind of getting myself ready to finish the
Come on,
game.
Clive. He's waiting.
And these quests, like the last ones before the like final quest, are making it really hard to like kind of reconcile with the fact that the game is gonna end. Because I don't know, you just don't want it to. Like they're they're really like, how do I say it? Like feels good and feels bad quests at the same time. Like they
Run
are
with the
written
wind,
so well.
unwavering will and an unbreakable bond. Do you really think we're strong enough?
To save the world?
Like they're
Of
really
course.
doing the
To
like the
overcome father's
preparation
political enemies.
for you know that
That I'm
last
certain. Especially knowing
encounter
what we
or
know
whatever.
now.
They're doing a really good job at it. So I
Mother
can't
was
jump.
truly capable of.
Of course I can't.
Perhaps these bands would have helped. Knowing he was with us would have made all the difference.
Can I like where
It's
is the
just back there.
closest? Oh, okay. I think I should go this way. So his helm is just there. Like the most important legacy of this man is just sitting there for everyone to steal.
Father always fought for what he believed was right. It wasn't until that night at Phoenix Gate that I realized I had never fought for anything. I always had someone else to do the fighting.
I don't
for
think
me.
that's necessarily the case. Or maybe he was talking about like when he was little.
Conspired against him. He never lost heart. Never looked back. Never stopped fighting. To me, he was the greatest of men. And I've been trying to live up to his ideals ever since.
Oh, look at Torgal sitting there.
We all have, Clive. We all have. And we'll keep trying. Because that's what he would have wanted.
What he would have done himself. Even if it meant standing against the very gods.
Oh, he has the thing engraved.
I shall be borrowing this, Father, if I may. That you might watch over us as we follow in your footsteps.
Is this an actual grave? Or just like a, you know. What? That's weird. That looked just like him.
We won't lay you down.
Onward then.
Onward. To the end.
And to a new beginning.
These, like, if you skip these side quests and just go on to the main story, like, you haven't even played through the whole story. Like, you don't even know what happens. Like, you don't know the characters at all. So if you haven't played these, joining hands with Joshua. Oh, this is like a new mechanic that now just got unlocked. Joshua has joined Clive's party and will remain with him until departing for Origin. That's cool. Hey, I wonder if this, like, if I had done this quest first, I wonder if it would have changed any of the like voice lines or anything in the previous quests. Like, would he be in the cutscenes? I guess we're gonna find out. How cool is this? Like, this is getting better and better and better. How did they do this? Is this another one of the blacksmith quests? No, this is the curse breaker. Okay, we don't know him, but yeah, let's do it.
Sid, I was wondering if you could help me.
It depends what with.
A bearer, but recently freed from his bonds, is keen to join the curse breakers. As you know, the work we do is not easy. which is why we test every volunteer's suitability. I was hoping you could oversee this one's evaluation.
Why is
I
this
don't
one
mind,
different?
but why this one?
Because he wants to be a scout. Our ranks are filled with men and women capable of breaking chains and putting slavers to the sword. But scouting, we're few with the nose for that, which is why we still rely so heavily on Gav. And since he accompanies you on so many of your missions, I thought you might be better placed to recognize the traits in him that we should look for in those who'd fill his boots.
Sounds reasonable.
So you're happy to oversee the boys' test, then?
Perhaps another
We
time.
can never have too many scouts.
Truer words, Sid. I'll let the initiate know that you'll be attending his trial, and that he is to proceed directly to Northreach in readiness.
No time like the present, eh?
No time like the present. I'll await you there.
This is not a bad idea. It's like if he wants to make any sort of progress at all, it's probably better
Northreach.
to apply for
I
the,
suppose they could have chosen somewhere closer.
you know, for the job where there's only like one other dude who is like in charge, which is pretty much Gav. Like if you're thinking about it from that kind of standpoint, he's doing the right thing, right? Maybe he's just smart when it comes to business. Where do we go though? Oh, near Northridge. Never mind. That will be far away. Okay, so we didn't take the side quest from that other area because they didn't actually have me go back to the hideaway. I went to the hideaway on my own. But maybe for some reason it's better to do the hideaway quest first and then
Nazir might at least have mentioned where in Northreach he'd be testing
go
his
around the
recruit.
map. I just want to hear if like Joshua has any
A fortress? And who'll
of
pay
these
for that?
like, I don't know, maybe cute dialogue lines or something because now he's going with us. Maybe we know him.
Well met, Sid.
Do we know him?
This is the initiate. Ember, present yourself.
At your service, master.
Please, just Sid. There are no masters here. Your life is your own.
Oh, of course. Thank you.
Jeremy, hi, welcome
Sergeant
back.
says you'll
What's
be
up?
evaluating me at my trial.
To become a scout, yes.
Okay,
You
you're
are aware
smart.
of in that role.
I am. But I swore I'd face them.
Do you
It's
spend
like
like
the
your
man who
entire
saved
day
my life.
thinking of like Gav
Who would that
jokes
be?
and then you just like fire them off?
It was him who found me and freed me. No magic, no
Oh,
support, just one man and his nose. Came and sniffed me out.
that's
He
cool.
taught me what one man can do if he puts his mind
Okay,
to
so
it.
no wonder he wants
And
to
I've been
become like
training
him.
ever since, so that one day I can be someone's saviour, just like Gav was mine.
This boy's gonna get
I'm
himself
sure he'd be
killed.
flattered.
Gameplay
You
boy,
have
thanks for
good
the alert. What's up?
intentions, Ember. And it sounds like you're under no illusions. Stick to this path and you'll make a fine curse breaker.
So, what? Have I passed?
Maybe Gav should be with
You
us.
haven't even started yet. Now listen.
Maybe we have to duel him.
Not far from here is an Imperial lookout.
Never mind.
Eastwatch.
That's
The
not what
guards
he's
there
training
record
for.
all their sightings in a logbook. You are to find
I would
it
be a terrible recruiter.
and bring it here.
And bring it here, right. Anything else?
No. Sneaking into a heavily guarded Imperial outpost and stealing the logbook would be quite sufficient. You'll need to assess the situation, determine a point of entry, create a distraction and effect an escape,
We're sending him
without
to
being
his death.
discovered and thrown into an Imperial oubliette.
Ember, Gav isn't our best scout because he can do everything. It's essential that you know your limits.
Know my limits, right. I won't let you down.
He's probably gonna let us down.
It shouldn't be as dangerous as I made out. But keep a weather eye on him all the
Oh,
same.
okay. So we need to make sure he
On my
doesn't
way.
get himself killed. Great. Can I at least ride? Do I have
Right,
this
Emma.
privilege? I do.
Impress me.
I do. Let's go.
Run like the wind.
Okay, so he went like up there, right? Yes, he did. how do I get myself there? We are on a mission today to at least come close to clearing the map. Hopefully at some point. About to edit my current video, I'll post sometime early morning. Oh, nice! Wait, did you end up streaming and now you're just like editing like the video, or you recorded something? Oh god. Oh, he is in trouble. They found him, didn't they? Uh-oh. Okay, well, nothing's gonna happen. We are here, but...
Damn it.
Oh, never mind.
Ember, draw your sword! I can't! Then
Dude!
If you want him, you'll have to go through me.
What if he accidentally gets hit? Like, what is he, like, is he having like a panic attack? Like, it really sounds like it. Oh yeah, you did mention the passport thing, right. It's honestly, like I have to say, when it comes to at least content creation, it took me years of just streaming and not really knowing what I want to do with either my footage or, you know, the gameplay or anything, to actually get myself on YouTube and start making content. Like you, with all the knowledge that you have already, with like the things that you want to do, you are like years ahead of like, let's say like a standard content creator who's just like getting into this with like no knowledge. You're doing the right thing. And I think that's really cool. It's gonna save so much time. Because, like, I wasted, like... Well, not wasted. I spent, like, probably 3 years or so not really treating this like a... You know, I'm treating it like a hobby. I'm not saying that streaming can't be a hobby. It definitely can be. But I didn't want it to be a hobby, yet I didn't work towards it not being a hobby, if I'm making sense. He's still standing there frozen, isn't he?
Ember, are you?
Ember is gone.
Gone. Of course. Scouts really are a rare breed. Back to Northreach it is then.
Maybe he actually went to steal that book. Maybe there's like loot here that we otherwise wouldn't have gotten. We have a lot of stuff. But even with these side quests and like the things that that I collect, like I'm still not super excited about this. Well, thank you. That means a lot. And honestly, if I could just recommend someone who will be so much better for motivation than myself, because I personally don't see myself as someone who like necessarily motivates others. Can I point you in the direction that basically got me onto YouTube? And have you take a look at a book, either an audiobook or a book or whatever. It's called Steal Like an Artist, which is basically the book that gave me an idea of how I'm going to run my YouTube channel. It didn't necessarily talk about YouTube, but it talked about a lot of things that content creators should know. And I don't want to spoil anything because it's a really powerful book and it's very short also. So if you're interested in it, like honestly, that book really changed my life as a content creator, and I think it's really worth looking at it.
I didn't expect you back so soon. Where is Ember? How did he fare?
It's very, very good.
Thought I'd find him with you. He must have fled. I followed him to Eastwatch, where I found him being set upon by a wild Avis. He was just standing there. Didn't even draw his sword. I had to step in and take care of things. But by the time I had,
he
was
ran
nowhere
away.
to be seen. I assumed he'd set off in your direction.
No, it's not Francis Rubra. It's
Apparently not.
Austin.
I'm sorry, Sid.
I think I
knew
forgot
the boy
his
had a
name.
nervous streak, but he seemed like
The right
Austin.
man for the job.
I don't remember what his last name
I
is.
believe this is the logbook you tasked me with retrieving.
Okay, so he did.
How did you... Don't you tell me you breached the tower while Sid was busy saving your skin.
What? Wasn't that what you asked me to do? To bring the thing back without getting caught?
He has you there, Nazaire. And he did it all on his own.
But Sid, he...
Created a
what he thought was
distraction.
And now I have to
Austin
decide who I
Kleon,
agree.
yes, that is the
Of
book.
course. We'll await your evaluation back at the hideaway. Don't you leave my sight.
Yes, Sergeant.
I think this was kind of nice because the sergeant technically told him create a distraction.
This won't be an easy decision.
So maybe what happened was he decided that we are a good enough distraction, so he pretended that he froze so that we would jump in and save him, and he took the opportunity to escape. Maybe he does know how to draw a sword, but he realized that we're not going to help him unless he pretends that he doesn't know how to do it. It's a wild guess, but...
You should have... Welcome back, Sid.
Welcome back, Sid.
Yes. Welcome back. Trip wasn't too much of a pain in the arse, I hope. Truth be told, it was me who suggested roping you in to help with the trial.
I'm pretty sure I actually listened to an audio version, like, somewhere.
No.
Not that I
most certainly
recommend
did not.
stealing, but... Does Ember deserve passing marks? Yes or no? Oh, I get to decide. Well, why not? Like, I think he did what he was asked to do, and I think that nobody expected him to use me as a distraction. I think that was actually very clever. If I say not, like, I don't want to be a jerk, you know? Like, he has the spirit.
Ember lost his nerve in the face of a beast of prey, but he didn't lose heart. He pressed on, and he achieved his aim. And is that not what
Like,
we
he's
asked
not,
of our scouts?
he doesn't want to be a
Indeed it
fighter,
is.
right?
Thank you for your
You know?
honest appraisal, Sid.
Like, he's trying to be a
The
scout.
fact remains, however, that Ember will not always have a battle-hardened warrior on hand to pluck him from the jaws of peril. All I have gleaned from this trial is that without someone watching his back, Ember is little more than a liability.
Wait, Sergeant.
Oh.
Ember still has much to learn, it's true. And this time he was found wanting. But I'd say he's due a second chance, nonetheless. After all, he did do as you asked.
With a bit of hard work, any hand can be made to hold a blade, and any mind can conquer its fears. But a scout's nose is different. You've either got one, or you ain't. And by sniffing out that log, young Ember here has shown he has a conch and a half. Wouldn't do to waste it now, would it?
I think he did fine.
One more chance.
I'll do whatever you ask.
Like, he just needs to be
I'll
combat
spend
ready.
my days and nights in the pit if I have to. I'll show you. Just you wait.
Oh, I see. No, I
Delft as a brush.
didn't
though.
get it,
But it's
admittedly,
always
through
been right.
Amazon.
Just like someone else we know. And if
I
you ask
actually
me,
remember how I got
I've
it.
been leaning on him for far too long. That time the curse breakers took some of the weight off his shoulders, I reckon.
Couldn't hurt.
Just don't tell Gav I said so, will you? I won't have him thinking he's been hard done by. Next thing you know, he'll be asking for a day off.
Right.
Chance would be a fine thing. Back to work.
I think this
Forgive
was
me,
cute.
Sid. This did not play out as I expected.
Things rarely do these days. But that's why we need men like Ember more than ever. Men who can make the best out of a bad situation. Remember that.
I will, Sid. Thank you.
I actually got it because I purchased a secondhand Kindle at some point, and it was around that time when I was looking for like, you know, just books to read to educate myself on like content creation and business and whatnot. So I actually got like a secondhand Kindle from someone who's like selling it online, and they had like about 100 books on it. and it was a good deal. I remember not purchasing the book, so to be honest, I don't know if they bought it or not, but I remember reading it on the Kindle. But that Kindle was very short lived, because I had it. Like, I miss my Kindle so much because, like, I used to, like, that's when I used to really read, and it used to be something that I would like, I don't know, like take a break with, and just just hang out with, on my own. And it wasn't like a really good Kindle. It was like the price of a new Kindle, but it has those books. So I thought it was a good deal, and those books were really something that I was interested in. So I bought it, but it was like it didn't even have like a backlight or anything. It was like an older model, like an older version of it, and I remember like reading it on that, but I left it on the couch, and unfortunately, my ex-husband sat on it, and that's when I learned to take better care of my own things. I was heartbroken because I really loved that Kindle, and it was so easy for me to read like on it. I really enjoyed having it, but like I was honestly like I was so sad that I don't have it anymore because of like a silly mistake that I made, that I never got myself another one. I don't know how to like how else to explain it. Like it would be something like, you know how like some people like take their like phones, like I don't know, to the bathroom or into the bathtub or whatever. It's like I would take like my Kindle and I would just like it was my fault because I left it like under, pretty much under the sheets, because I was like I fell asleep while reading it, so it was my mistake. But still, Doris.
Sid, do you have a
Oh, we
moment?
know her.
By all means.
It's my old master. Seems there's no escaping her. She found some way to send me a letter.
No shit.
And something
That can
else.
happen?
Records from a Waluda prison. Seems they were keeping a lot of bearers there.
We did get divorced
How
not
did she come by
long
such a
after
thing?
that, though.
Finding bearers always was her strong point.
I miss
Seems
that
the
Kindle.
cells of Balmung Dark are full of them. Foreign captives, the masterless. Bearers no one would miss. And even better for her, bearers with no one to look after them. When ether started lapping at the walls, the jailers fled.
Leaving the bearers to be liberated by whoever happened to come along next.
Sid, I'd like to believe that I've earned your trust by now. And while I'm well aware that you've forbidden Cursebreakers from traveling to Waloed, I can't let those bearers die in their cells. I'd rather risk shipwreck on the Shadow Coast than leave them to starve.
So for every single one of these side quests, we just like take random people with us and and go back and forth from Waloed and back.
We'll be needing the Enterprise if we're going to navigate the Narrow.
Strong.
Does that mean...
I'm making
It
an
really
exception,
was.
but we travel together. And we stay no longer than we have to. Ash is an inhospitable place at the best of times. We save as many as we can, and we leave.
Thank you, Sid. There was a name in the prison register. A name from my past. Chadwick. Another of my former master's protégés. A gifted soldier, and the closest thing I had to family. The thought of him held captive in that place.
That sucks.
He must be very important to you.
He was. Is.
Then we find him.
The entrance to the
The
prison lies
beep?
in the shadow
Oh,
of
I
waving
keep
walls.
turning on the air
Just beyond the Port
conditioning,
Palace.
and I turn it off when
We
I
should
get
head
too
there as
cold.
quickly as we can.
Because it's right
I
above
only
my
pray
head.
there are still bearers
So I
left
get
to
cold a
save.
lot, and I turn it off.
Must die, Doris.
It's my beep, sorry. Definitely mine. And sometimes it beeps, and I press the button, but nothing happens, so I have to, like, press it again. Drift, Balamut Dark. Where is this? Oh, I see. So I always only take one quest so that we finish like each one of these stories, and that's why that's why it's always number 3. That's how it's easier for me to find
Ready,
it,
go?
because I really want to do all of them. But I have another beep, which is the basically the air freshener, that occasionally like
Doris is
makes
waiting
not a
for me near
beeping noise,
Balmung
but like a
Dark. The longer she's out in the open, the more
noise,
likely she
and
is to be
it
found
startles
by
me
Akashic. I need to hurry.
every time. And hurry we shall.
Right.
Alright, and then we leave. It's the same sound of a power strip over heat warning. I was concerned for a second. Oh, really? I don't... Wait, where does that sound normally happen? Like inside of homes? Or like elsewhere?
To the stables, girl.
No, for me that's a normal sound. It's the sound of an AC. And that's that.
There were no guards, I take it.
None manning the gates, no. It's a different story inside, though. The corridors are crawling with Akashic. Most likely guards left behind when the wardens ran.
Like what's a...
Chadwick was
Oh,
being
your
held
power
here,
strips. What is
I
a
worry that he may
power
already
strip?
Don't give up hope just yet, but let's move quickly.
Like on
Check
your
the ground
piece,
floor.
like, or is
The
it on a
ether stick is
PC?
there.
Not
Then I'll
on
search the upper
on a
level.
UPS. What's
Good luck,
UPS?
Sid. Stay
I feel
safe.
so dumb.
Just how bad are the floods inside the walls? Bad enough to turn a bearer? I hope not.
That shouldn't happen. Floods should never be able to turn a bear,
Not
right?
that tight.
Find and rescue the bearers. Honestly, I doubt it. That should never happen. Oh, so I can't. Okay, so I can't sniff out anything. So all we need to do is just basically walk around and make an attempt to do this. What are these? These are level 40. We are actually highly over leveled for this. Basically due to all the quests that... A multi-outlet power cord on a secondary battery, uninterruptible power source. Oh, I see. So my computer doesn't crash in a power failure. Power strips are the tool bar with multiple switches that you plug to the wall. Oh, I see, I see. Yeah, I know what it is. I just didn't know the word. Balamud Dark, writ of designation. What is this? The Kingdom of Valud hereby designates this facility a prison for the detainment of bearers, both foreign and domestic. The purpose of this facility is to rear and train a Kusa beast for deployment in the field. The aforementioned purpose is a matter of strictest secrecy, and any mention thereof is to be punishable by death. So if you read it on stream, you deserve to die. Got it. Captive bearers have been provided solely. And Ludwig, why are you listening? You were supposed to not get yourself spoiled. Why are you on my stream? For the pursuit for the aforementioned purpose, express permission is required for use of bearers in any other capacity. That sucks. Basically, they're there
This
to...
place was no ordinary
Shit.
prison, and I doubt they'll have taken the creature with them when they fled.
Oh, I see. And with the weather conditions on your end, I can say that it's very... Okay, it's very little surprise that you were concerned about it. Yeah, good thing that you asked. No, it's definitely my beep. It's hot here too, but I have to beep from time to time because I have to I have to turn on the AC from time to time. And honestly, I'm like the kind of person who really enjoys warm weather. And in comparison, Lunit, who's sitting right here, he is like a husky in the summer. So basically, whenever there's summer here and we are in the same room, whenever I'm comfortable, he just basically like is dying. Are you playing Hearthstone? Oh, I haven't seen you play Hearthstone in a while. In between the sounds of the game, I heard you ask what it was. How did you? Oh, right, you have headphones. So instead of just telling me this in person, as you sit right there, you choose to join my chat to tell me. It's only 44 today. Only. Sheesh. This weekend it might hit 50. That's terrible. It's like, how do you stay safe there? I think this quest is gonna have me lost in this prison. Like, I'm already lost. I only found, like, what, 1 out of 3? Okay, doors is here. I don't think there's anything. Like, is this the part that she told me not to visit? It's 40 yards in that way. It's weird because like I think like his I don't know like what he I guess was used to in the Philippines got messed up by living in Canada, as like I guess he learned like of the cold weather and he got adapted to it. So even though you expect him to be tropical, he's not. Where are we? Can I jump here? Doing some still in hoodies and sweatpants. In Canada? Yeah, I'm never visiting. Yeah, winter cools the blood. No thank you. I had this short-lived idea to basically um, to live in Canada one day, and I already had like papers ready and everything for basically our well, not ready, but in progress for me and my ex-husband and the kid. But then COVID happened, and we never really got to finalize it. Which now, in retrospect, I'm very happy about. I don't think I would have wanted to go anywhere. I don't know where to go. I don't understand this place at all, and I am lost. So then I met Luneth, who is from Canada, and then I heard like all these things about Canada, and I realized that you know what? Like I don't really want to go there. That doesn't sound that good at all. Okay, now I want this to stop. Can we just stop?
All yours, Torgal.
Oh, we have another guy following us, right? Not just one, I guess. Tomorrow afternoon, I'll be driving around town, passing out water bottles to homeless people I see. That's so nice of you. Bought 640 packs on sale. Was detained and fined last summer, but the law changed, so I can now. Why were you detained and fined? Why is this? Is this something that used to be illegal? Holy shit. That's so nice of you. I can't even imagine what they go through. Holy shit. Memorandum on Kuza beast feeding. Recent supply shortages left us with insufficient resources to feed the Kuza entrusted to our care. Fortunately, the creature was observed to kill and consume the bearers. What the fuck? Assigned to fight beside it in a mock battle conducted as a part of its training. The beast was further observed to enter a state of visible contentment upon feeding in this way, suggesting that live bearers may even be its preferred source of sustenance. While this behavior is unexpected, it is not unwelcome. Bearers no longer of use for training purposes can now be repurposed as required. That's terrible. Why was it illegal? I don't understand. Why is it illegal to? Why was it illegal to hand out water? And who gives a shit? That shouldn't be anyone's business. What you do with water that you buy? Like, why would this be trying to rescue the captive bearers? It's like, where would I find another one? They actually want me to find it. How the fuck do I find it? It creates an expectation from the homeless, which was both. Wait, it was actually the law? Don't feed the poor, they'll get used to it? Kind of like when you feed the cats and then they start like frequenting your home in search for more? That is terrible. What the. What? Like, recommendation concerning Kuza beast deployment. The Kuza has long been recognized as an especially aggressive species. This being the case, it was hoped that successful deployment on the battlefield might be a means of inflicting heavy casualties on the enemy. In exercises conducted thus far, however, the beast has proven incapable of distinguishing between allied and enemy combatants. As such, deployment alongside regular troops is not recommended. It is proposed instead that bearer captives be employed in order to draw enemy focus, and the beast then driven into the fray in order to achieve maximum benefit with minimal loss of eluder lives. That's horrible. This is getting worse and worse.
Lives. And what happens when they run out of bearers? Even the
This makes me so
Take better
mad.
care of their branded than that. Nothing but a Akashic down here.
I think it's because
Hopefully things
there's
are looking better upstairs.
shareholders
I
for
should go and see
water.
how Doris is getting on.
Technically, some people own it so that it has its own lore too, but I don't understand how that's possible. You pay it with your money. If you pay for it with your money, you have every right to feed whoever you want. What? Contacted my congressional representative, he repealed the law on a 76 was barely passed, but it was a pass. Oh wow, so it was your doing. That is amazing. That is actually so amazing. Holy shit. Providing water share laws. What? Listen, all water in Vegas is a non-profit private corp. It it reminds me of that. Is it Disney or Pixar movie? The one with um with those bugs where there was like a shortage of water and they were like looking for it, but then they found out that this big bug or whatever was like owned like the like had the source and had like plenty, but then they didn't like they wanted to like hold the power, so they were holding the water. Bugs Life, right? Is that it? Like that's what it reminds me of. That's probably exactly what it is. That movie can actually teach you a lot about life. Well, I just spoiled a little bit of the movie, but sorry. What? Sorry about that. It's an old movie, okay? That should be no excuse. Someone's gonna come to my stream and spoil me like Final Fantasy X and say it's an old game. Should have played it.
No luck downstairs.
Yeah.
But I did find out that this place was more than just a prison. Something far more sinister was happening here.
I know. I've been reading some of these documents and...
Was it the lizard? It
can't be
was.
true,
The
can it?
what's is that not the name of the
Bearers
movie?
die every day in service of their masters, but this...
Ants. I don't
This
think
is so much worse.
No, ants is something
Pitting
else.
bearers against a wild beast armed with nothing but their wits. And all in
Rango,
order to bring about more
right.
death. And not just those who could fight, but the elderly, children even.
I've never watched Rango.
And those who wouldn't or couldn't
Jesus,
were
he has headphones and now he's yelling.
disposed of. Whatever that means.
I'm afraid
Yeah, the snake on the
it
water.
means they were fed to the monstrosity
Very
they
symbolic.
kept here.
Then we're too late. And I was a fool to bring you here.
Don't say that.
It was Las Vegas too,
Did you
was
find
it?
anything else?
A key. But it doesn't fit any of the locks on this floor.
Perhaps it will fit one of the doors downstairs. There's a corridor I haven't searched yet. Finish up here, then come and find me when you're ready.
All right. I'll be there in a moment.
Yeah, I'm excited for 10. But like I mentioned before, this week, I'm a little busy as I'm working on basically reorganizing, well, my entire weekly content. And I realized that I'm going to stop worrying as much about, basically about the videos that I haven't had a lot of time to put out. So what I want to do is I'm probably going to make an effort to show up on stream. Well, I can't promise daily. I'm going to take some breaks. But this evening time is very convenient for me to stream. And I figured that nothing is stopping me whenever I have the strength to just sit and stream for like a couple of hours or so. And during the work week, I think this might just be something that I'll be doing, excluding probably Fridays, because I want to take Fridays
See what we
off.
can find down here.
So that's pretty much what the plan is, and I'll keep my weekend slots as well. So I think I'm just gonna give like a regular time around which I will be streaming daily, and whenever I'm not streaming, I'll just let you know, because my schedule is just going to be, I don't know, just full of info. Otherwise, it's gonna be, I don't know.
Just sounds close.
Yeah, I want to leave like Friday. I've already committed to basically having off. because that's the time for me to get some sleep. So I will always do that. At the end, they pen up and it shows that it's modern Las Vegas. Oh, I see, I see. So yeah, Friday I definitely won't be streaming. Oh, she actually lives.
There's no need to be afraid. Are you alone? Are there any other survivors?
Some of the guards, they're still here.
Oh, so they turned.
But something's wrong with them. Everyone else was eaten by the monster.
Of course there were.
This girl's so traumatized.
It was worth our coming.
Like, why is 10 so special? Why do you want me to play 10?
Are you ready?
I probably shouldn't be asking these questions, but...
You poor thing. You must have been terrified.
Chadwick sent you.
What?
Oh, that's the dude who she was talking about, right?
The monster distracted it so I could run away.
Oh, he
Must
died.
have sent you. He promised to free the others too.
Well, she could have hidden.
He
She had the best chance to survive, right?
wouldn't be here otherwise.
Chadwick.
Oh god. Sheesh, I think we're gonna get to fight the beast.
Monster's back. Chadwick, help!
We have to get out of here.
Doris, keep the girl safe.
I think we're
Right.
gonna kill that
You
monster.
put that bearer-eating bastard in the ground.
What if it eats us? What are we talking about? Why do I have to go and fight it? Oh.
You're safe now.
Oh, I don't... Can I go too? Can I just, like, teleport
there
to the
waiting for
hideaway?
I can't let it live. Not if it's got a taste for bearers.
Can I just... That looks a lot like a king behemoth, and I do not want to be here. I don't know, like, Lunith has been trying to get me to play 10 for, like, freaking ages. And I guess now I have to. Because if I play any other game, he will probably freak out. Oh, I don't know about this. What? What? I don't think I should have. You got spoiled? For what?
The beast will wreak havoc if it ever leaves the prison. I can't let that happen.
This is like a boss fight? I think this is a boss fight. I think this is like a... Yeah, this is like a legitimate boss fight. Can I like... Oh, is it gonna hurt me if I just... Okay, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. We can surely do this. Oh my god. It looks very behemoth-ish. But we have like no potions or anything. I don't like this. Okay, how bad can this be? It's like, is that my kid opening the door? Like, did it wake him up? Made a boss like the brick in the first spot of rank E, this is rank A. So rank A is like a little bit harder, isn't it? Because I don't do like hunts, I don't know the ranks and the ranking system or anything. I should have learned it, but I didn't because I was avoiding hunts like the plague. You know, the usual. Luna just got annoyed because I think he got himself spoiled on something. I don't know what it was, but he just like left very abruptly. Yeah, these are not bad because we have Giga Flare. Does this one have the... I wonder if it has the thing that the behemoth had as well. The one that kills you at the end if you don't like escape it. Because if it does have that, that's gonna be so annoying. Because I don't really know where to Where to run? I really don't want to see that. Where is he? Oh. How did I lose this thing? Well, there we go. Damn, that's a big boy. I mean, I'm not playing on like hard mode or anything, so
Sid, are you hurt?
it's definitely easier than, you know, what it normally would be.
I think.
I think she's gonna find something. Oh, she's gonna find it.
No.
Of course he's dead. Like, what else do you expect? But, you know, still.
A diary. I gave it to Chadwick before we went our separate ways. He was here. Do you think that creature?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure he fought bravely to the last. The girl is safe thanks to him.
Chadwick. You fool.
Come on. We have to get her
But,
back to the hideaway.
okay, hear me out. Like, this
Want his
beast...
sacrifice to have been in vain.
This beast could not have gotten... Did my camera just freeze for a second? Sorry about that. She says, Sid, are you hurt? I don't know. But... Like... Okay, we have another time skip, apparently. I think the whole stream did for you. Sorry about that. I have no idea what that was. It still says that I have 0 drop frames.
You've barely
But...
left the girl's side in days. I hope she's recovering from her ordeal.
She is.
I don't think there's a
Slowly,
roof.
but
I think that's
surely.
outside.
She's far tougher than she looks. I thank the flames we found her. If we hadn't...
Maybe it could have climbed up, but...
But we did. I'm sorry we weren't able to save Chadwick.
There's no need to apologize. Without your help, I would never have found out what happened to him. How he fought to the bitter end to save her.
From now on, I'll always show you
save
that I'm
Marie.
beaking.
That's the man I remember. The man I thought of as a brother.
I wish I could have met him. I'd like to hear more about your past. If you don't mind, that is.
I like how we get to know
course.
literally everyone through these stories.
You've already met my former master. She trained Chadwick and I to do 2 things. Kill and obey. We were supposed to be sold to the highest bidder when the time came. But no bid was ever high enough to convince her to part with us. For years we were her daggers in the shadows. But we could never quite shake our doubts about the things she made us do.
Well, of course.
And then, one day, we just couldn't do them anymore. So we escaped. But staying together was out of the question. They would have found us too easily. After so many years of training, the pull to serve was always strong. It scared me to think he might have taken another master, become a dagger in someone else's hand.
But even in captivity, the battles he fought were his own. And he died not as someone's tool, but as a hero.
Haida Marie is proof of that. Bearers can cast off their shackles. And the Cursebreakers will show them how. I'll fight until my dying breath to see it done. For Chadwick.
I'm already scared.
Thank you, Doris.
That's honestly, that's a good pickup line. Alright, let's see what we got. So we have to, do we have the diary now? Oh, this is not the, never mind. This is not the quest that gave us something, unfortunately. But that's alright. Like, okay, not all of these side quests gave us like something to take with us. But that's alright. Let's go downstairs because there are 2 of the, what are these, like botany quests or whatever that we never got. Oh, the kids!
What do you think happened to Miss Middledore? I heard she was kicked out of the university.
Do you remember like the kids with the scale? We get another quest from them as well. How cool is that?
Sid, you have to help us.
With what?
I have to?
You didn't take apart another of Mid's contraptions, did you?
No. Well, yes, but that's not what we want to talk to you about.
It's Miss Mididol. She's been acting strange. Very strange. She's barely ever around.
Yeah, she's busy saving the world.
She acts like we aren't even there. Her head's in a crowd.
Dude.
In the clouds.
That's what I said. In the clouds.
Well, she does have a lot on her mind. When did you last see her?
Yeah, everyone is calling him Sid. Has been
She
for a
got back
while.
from saving you from Stonear.
Then it's probably just about the Enterprise. It did take quite a battering on the way there and back.
You didn't break it, did you, Sid? You really should be more careful around Miss Mididol's
Dude,
inventions.
you don't know what we've been through.
Don't listen to her. Even if you did break the Enterprise, you could put it back together, couldn't you?
But who's gonna put Miss Mididol back together? She seems really sad.
These kids are precious. A little worried about Mid myself. Mid will be fine. No, let's let's do it.
Why don't I go and see if I can cheer her up?
You do that? For us? She's in her dungeon.
Don't scare him. It's not a real dungeon.
Thanks for the warning.
She's the boss of her own dungeon. Hopefully not the final boss. Is this how we go there? I love her hair. I want this hairstyle in 14. Okay, let's stop staring at her ass. That's probably not nice.
If you have a
Cheer her up.
That's it! I knew it! The answer was right here under my arse all along! If this doesn't see it,
That's one way to say it.
to the skies. You aren't trying to give the Enterprise wings, are you?
What else would I be doing?
How would we
The
ever
children seem to
fly?
think you're avoiding them. They're worried about you.
If
Is
we
this really so important that you need
if we
to shut
didn't do
yourself
this
away
side
from everyone?
quest. Oh no,
The
Dion
Enterprise
said
is
that he
already
would.
the fastest ship in the realm, and that's with the sea beneath her. But what if she weren't bound to the waves? What if she weren't bound to anything at all? It's not fair. The gods get the skies all to themselves, so I'm gonna do something about
Oh
it.
god.
The Fallen had their chance, but they relied too much on magic. And see where that got him?
She's going to hell.
Me. I've discovered how to do it without. Well, almost. First I need to make a prototype.
And is that a one-woman job?
Are you volunteering? I'll have you know the Enterprise is my baby. But if her godfather's offering to lend a hand, I'd be happy to take
So
it.
the baby has no father?
First I'll need oil, and not just some old drippings from Miss Molly's spits in the tub and crown. Refined stuff, like they make in Ordil. Then I'll need some bone, or shell. Light, strong, preferably no longer attached to the beast it belongs to.
If it's beast bones you're after, I'm sure the curse breakers will know where you might find some.
No, they'll know where you might find some.
Jeez.
You're the one who offered to help, remember?
I should speak with one of the curse breakers before I set off for Old Hill. See if I can't find this bone while I'm there as well.
Okay, so we need ask the curse breakers for ideas. Okay, but where are these curse breakers? Is it where we did the curse breaker quest?
mentioned a new project?
Yes, she has. We are already tasked with it. I think if I go this way and that way. Dude, I think she just wants her inventions, to be honest. I think she's very, like, uninterested in anything else.
Alright, Sid. Come to buy us around, have you?
Only if you earn it.
No.
Mid needs a piece of light but durable bone for her next project. You've encountered your share of beasts on your travels across the realm. Any ideas?
Most bones are the same. Whack 'em hard enough and they'll break. If it's durability you're looking for, shell will serve you better. You know what an adamantus is?
They did this on purpose.
I don't know to give them a wide berth. Will any old adamantus do?
Well, with shells, the older the harder. There's a rumour of an ancient adamantus down in Karava, near Old Bidza. All what's left of the village anyway.
I'm very happy that I wasn't
expect to make
drinking.
quick work of
Yeah,
the
but I was
bastard.
choked.
There's a reason it's lived as long as it has.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
That dialogue was wild. Or maybe I'm just terribly immature. Obtain oil from Aldil, defeat a desert tour in Karava. That's fine. Well, let's go for it. Probably would have over and started laughing. I understood immediately. Like I swear I tried not to, but I knew if I was to take a sip, I knew I would probably just start coughing, and I would most likely wake my son up. So I just realized that it's most likely a lot better to just laugh it off than like try to keep it in and actually do it. Like the localization team always has the best job. Imagine having to write all these things down and like be serious about it.
Let's go.
Like, how do you not laugh at that? It's kind of like that one side quest in Final Fantasy XIV with what was it? I think it's the Moogle Postmaster quest. Has anyone done these at all? Like the quest about like that guy and his two, like they're not servants but maidens or whatever, who basically spent the entire time talking about sheathing his sword. Does anyone remember that?
It looks like we found him.
But this recolor of a mount in 14 would have been so cool. Whee! They spin in the same way as the mounts do. Like when you fly on an adamant voice like that. And in order to have it, you have to spend a lot of MGP with the gold saucer to get the privilege to ride a turtle. Am I even... Oh, it has like a weak spot. I see. Okay, I understand. So basically, you can only do that much damage if you actually aim like between the shell things, which is nice. Yeah, it's exactly the same monster. But it's cool, isn't it? Now I kind of want this recolor. Even though I don't normally like advocate for recolors, this one would have a story. But isn't it cool that we get Joshua like in all of our quests? If you happen to come a little bit late to today's stream, we had a super endearing quest with Joshua that basically introduced a new mechanic. So basically, Joshua and I are bonded now, and there's a reason why he goes to all of our quests. And will be going to all of our side quests until we're finished with them. And will be fighting with us as well. And I thought that that was such a cool addition to the story. Yeah, I think we're actually hitting the head. Now we're hitting the belly. I want to hit the head. Ah, shit. Got distracted. I probably should refrain from saying things like I want to hit the head. I'm gonna get clipped. Luckily on kick, I doubt you can like easily clip someone. Are you getting staggered hitting the shell? A little bit. Yes. It's a strange mechanic that I'm not used to. Aisha has that one Viera hairstyle too. I can't unsee it. The one Thamus uses. Wait, that's Viera exclusive? Is it really? See, I never noticed that. I love Thamus's hairstyle.
Here's another. She can come and get it herself.
That's hilarious that we didn't say that about any of our other enemies. We're like, fuck fighting turtles. is for male VR only. And you know what? I'll actually have Luna try out that haircut because I want to see it. And he turned into he's turned into a male Vieira. Like whenever they came out, he used to be a higher. I don't know how to say like human. I don't know how to like pronounce it properly. But I think he looks better as a Vieira. See, when I only just met Lunith, I didn't understand. I didn't understand why he wanted to be a Vieira. He just like at first you don't think he's a Vieira guy, and then you get to know him and you realize that his personality is like totally a Vieira. I don't know how to explain it. Like he's the embodiment of a Vieira in character. I think he's here, but who knows with those names, right? Yeah, I hope he's not listening though, because he's not currently here. Not to my knowledge. I don't know where he is.
After what happened here, it's a miracle there was any left at all.
But I hope he didn't hear that. Why do I...
Well, this isn't at all foreboding.
This wasn't the part of our quest, but for some reason we get to touch it. Why is it there? It says that our thing is right over there. Yeah, I don't think he heard me. I think he would have already said something. He's probably playing Hearthstone. It's for the better.
I better get these materials to Mid so she can finish her prototype.
Oh, we actually already collected it. Well, that was fast. We only had to kill a turtle and come to this creepy village to make it happen. Yeah, at this point I'm reconciled that we're gonna be doing these quests forever. These
I feel like it's
Daphne Scrubber of Stains says something is calling to her. Where do we go? I don't know how to get there. Higher? Higher? Here? Hair? Those are my three guesses. Did you just hear that sound? Like a muffled... I can't reproduce it. Did you hear it? Are you able to? Oh god, this place is like never ending. Like the quests just keep appearing here. Concern for Jill. It's like as we do a quest, another one appears. We are never gonna finish these. Never will we ever finish these quests. You want to see that one next? Which one do you want to see next? I don't know this place. I don't know where I need to go. I'm so confused. We are always in the wrong spot. Like as we finish, I pronounce it higher. Not with that attitude. I believe in your quest clearing skills. I have to be honest. Now that my mindset when it comes to streaming at least has changed a little bit. I'm just starting to realize that I just don't want the game to end. Because I don't feel like my time is limited to like a couple of streams a week anymore or whatever. Because I'm trying to develop a habit to actually stay up during the night. It's very difficult when I put my son to bed to actually get up and do something, but once I'm up, I can do a lot of things. And it makes me happy that I do. So I want to be here and I want to like make that effort. So I'm glad. And I kind of don't want the game to end. Like I just want to explore like pretty much all of the quests that it has to offer. Like not necessarily finish all the hunts or whatever, but I want to see like all of this, you know?
Mid, tell me this is all you need.
I think we're pretending to be annoyed with her, but in reality, we would just do anything for her.
You make it sound like I asked you to save the world or something.
She did.
Tell me, this is all you need.
It's most of what I need.
Oh god.
After you left, I went over the figures again, and I realised I'd forgotten a 1 and a 0.
10 of what?
And a cogwheel. Just a tiny one. Though, that's the problem. Gears that small are a bastard to make, and I may have lost the one Blackthorn spent a fortnight toiling over.
Oh god.
Wait. The children. When they took
This
apart
is
your
the
scales,
scale
it was a tiny brass
continuation
gear.
quest.
Now that I think about it, they didn't use it. They put the scales back together.
The young'uns? But why would the... You know what? I don't want to know.
I'm
Keep
like that
working on the
Leonardo
model. You go
DiCaprio
and find
meme.
that cog.
That's it! That's it! This makes me so happy. They tied all of this so well together.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project?
This makes me so excited.
Sid! Is
Yeah, this is
hiding from
great.
us?
She wasn't hiding. She's fine. She's just busy working on her next project.
A new invention? What is it? What is it?
Yeah,
Is it
definitely
an airship?
a 14
I
influence.
bet it's an airship!
Do you think she'll let us help?
That just so happens to be why I'm here. She needs something special, something only
What if
you
they
three
lost the
can provide.
cogwheel somewhere?
Brass gear. A tiny one. One that might fit on, say, a set of scales.
Oh, the one you forgot! We remember!
Jeez.
We saved it, just in case. It's in the bag of bits.
Bag of bits.
Disassembling, then reassembling
Oh
everything
my
we can
God.
find. All the pieces that are left over, we keep under our beds.
Left
just
over?
in case.
That's...
Not
to know.
everything has leftovers when you put it back together. What do you mean?
I found it! Is that all? Just the gear? We have more parts if Mid needs them.
That's all for
Why?
now. But I'll let Mid know about your
those kids.
hoard. Just in case.
Thanks, Sid.
Oh my god. But what a good way to tie everything in. And I'm sure that, like, I don't know, like someone who watches my playthrough on YouTube as well, I would like to think that they're gonna be really happy that I did all these quests as well. Because you really get to see like these full stories.
Well, did they have it?
They did. And they kept it somewhere nice and safe. Will it work?
Will it work? Be perfect! You're a genius, Clive.
And we're supposed to make a
What exactly are you going to
make a
use it
ship
for?
fly based on
Only
this.
the most important job of all. The wings aren't going to move on their own, but with the right
See?
cog in the right place. Well, you just wait and see.
Maybe this way we affect the storyline in a major way, and like not have Dion fly us there as a Bahamut. Maybe we actually can use the ship. How cool would that be? Savage or just cruising stuff where I fix something and just go, I don't need this.
Here goes nothing.
I'll tell you a joke that we have around here. But oh, that doesn't work. She said timeless tits.
It wasn't supposed to fly, was it?
Of course it was supposed to fly. Wouldn't be much of an airship if it didn't. Honestly, these bloody engines are driving me mad. I was so sure this would be the day she soared.
Aww.
The mithril engine was made to make dreams come true. But maybe this is one dream the world's better off without.
Aw, no. Ships,
Show folk how to
ships
stay
fly
quiet.
in every game.
It won't be long till they're raining death down on each other. People will lose their homes. children, their mums, and their dads. Like I lost mine.
Maybe she has the point, you know.
I'm sorry.
Kind of
So
like
am
the
I.
story about like the atomic
am I.
bomb and such.
Sorry that I have to choose. Do I follow my head, or do I follow my heart?
Hunting for sympathy.
Good question.
I mean, she feels bad. Come on. She wanted to make it work.
First time I stood on the deck of your ship, felt the wind in my hair. It was like I was flying.
But Clive is getting a lot better at being an emotional
Imagine
support.
how it would feel to actually do it.
My dad always said there were two ways.
Yeah, that's true. Cecil should have never had an
Chasing a
airship.
dream or shuffling to your grave. And he were right. Right about a lot of things. Not that I like to admit it. People need dreams to chase. Especially in a world like this. Right. When this is over, I'm gonna take all my mithril engines to Zemeckis and sling them over the edge.
Oh, wow.
I won't have my dream end up turning into someone else's nightmare.
But all that hard work.
All that hard work will not be used for war, Jamie. But it ain't like it'll be gone. Tell me, Clive, have you ever been on a treasure hunt?
Not
What?
since Joshua and I were boys.
I'm so confused.
Why do you ask?
Because I'm gonna bury the engine schematics and leave behind a little riddle telling people where to find them. A really hard one, so that only the most
she's a mean
dedicated
bitch.
dreamers will ever be able to work it out. Ooh, I can picture it now.
Like, it'll be those kids that find it, for sure.
Daft general squinting at the words with a gormless expression on his mug. Like that one, yeah.
He's like, yeah, right, let's just... let's just go. Like, okay, we didn't achieve something, but we gained a lot from this quest, I think. I think this was really good.
Of course, if I'm putting this engine at the end of a treasure hunt, I'll still need to make it a treasure worth hunting for. Won't be much of a prize if it couldn't even make a toy boat fly after all. My dad always said,
Isn't it cool
dream
how
big.
one of those, like the first
in the size of a
minion that
dream
you
that's
get,
important,
like
is
the
it, Clive?
companion in 14,
But
is like a little
it's a good
flying
one.
ship?
And I reckon I've got a fair few good uns left in me.
I'm sure you do.
I think it's a cool Easter egg because it looks exactly like that one. At least to me. I think Clive really doesn't like turtles too. I think so. And these are leveling us up nicely. Oh, we get the model airship. We figured out just in time for the MSQ. Maybe. But I don't know, I still kind of think that we're gonna have Dion fly us over. I don't want to fly on the back of a Bahamut. And honestly, Dion is such a good character. I just want to spend more time with him.
Whatever.
Oh,
Am I right next?
It's not what I want to do. I want to find my quest. Like, I'm supposed to have a quest right around here. Some sort of a quest. Is this the botany quest? Where the hell am I supposed to go? Like, I can't read the map for shit. Altitude was the primary issue to reach the last bad guy. I feel like it always, I don't know, it's always like at the top of something or at the bottom of something. Like, the last guy is never just hanging out there. It always has to be a bitch. Maybe is it upstairs? It can't be upstairs, can it? I don't understand where this quest is. Oh, there we go. Who is this?
I will not let them be
Herman the
forgotten.
Curse Breaker. Have we met him before?
Sid, may I have a moment?
Of course.
It is an honor to finally speak with you. My name is Herman. I've been with the Curse Breakers for some time now, and I wish to be deployed to Ash. Any assignment will do.
No.
Why?
The lands across the Narrow are too dangerous. I will not send good men and women to risk their lives needlessly. Why would you want to go back?
I need to retrieve something. Something important. I was raised in an orphanage. The Badbach Conservatory. Or rather, I was held captive there. It was not a place of nurture. It existed solely to turn bearer children into mindless weapons.
That
We
sucks.
were tortured until we feared no pain. Tormented until our hearts turned to stone. And few ever survived long enough to become tools of the last king.
I can't
That's
imagine.
disgusting.
I lost so
Like, as a
many.
parent, like, that pisses me off so hard.
I can't even remember all their names. But they must be remembered.
All the
They cannot
orphans.
fade away, faceless and forgotten. The Institute was run with military.
Well, I guess it was kind of like military for
Every
kids.
child measured, every name recorded, every death logged with meticulous care. Sid, allow me to travel to Ash and recover the registry so that my brothers and sisters...
Oh my god, if we ever recover it, we're probably gonna be able to see, like, how all of these kids died. I'll go and stand. No rules are rules.
You were a good friend, Herman. But the fact remains that Ash is simply too dangerous.
Sid,
Where did he
please,
go?
even should it cost me my life.
Too dangerous for you, Herman. But not for me. I'll go to Badbach and find the
Oh,
registry.
Luneth went to the gym. Oh, I forgot.
I won't
Yeah,
let
he
you
did
risk
tell me
your
he was
life.
gonna go.
I don't know how to thank you.
You can start by telling me where I'll find this orphanage.
The
Oh, he
Grace,
definitely didn't hear my joke.
hidden in a forest, overlooking the
I
plains.
think they know each other,
Right.
surely. Like, they
See
live
what
in
I
the
can
same
find out.
place.
May the mothers guide you.
Yeah, he didn't hear my Vieira convo. Didn't mean to say combo. Alright, let's go to Ash. That's so depressing. I don't want to see a place where children were held friggin' captive. Nobody wants to see that. So now our bird
Let's go.
indeed goes with actually she was here last time as well. The only place that we couldn't mount was the rift, I believe. How can someone go through this game without ever getting a mount? It's like you end up walking everywhere and never having this big bird. How can you live without it? But I just love that Joshua is here. Honestly, if you missed out on that quest and you want to see all the side quests, do go back in like the footage and check out that one. It's so nice. And it explains like why Joshua is here now. I've asked for the location of the orphanage. It's probably next door to 3 other orphanages. What if they only had one? And the reason for that is shit. And the reason for that is I thought that there was going to be a road to basically take me there. And the reason for that is that they actually were building an army, and they didn't in fact care about the fact that those were orphans. That they just wanted to have all these kids in the same place, so that as many of them as possible could be like going through, like with this training or whatever it is. What if it was intentional like that? I'm lost, aren't I? How do I get there? Oh god. We're looking at Joss's butt with riding. Hey! I didn't even... It's fine. I didn't even... It didn't even cross my mind.
Hopefully the registry is still here.
Never would it ever have crossed my mind to look at Joshua with those kinds of eyes. You know me. Anyhow, this is the orphanage. I thought that it would be like much more organized. Read. Like I thought that conditioning schedule. Today's exercises will consist of the press yard, 20 sandbags for such duration as instructor shall dictate. The furnace. Oh god. Oh, is this a Final Fantasy XIV reference? I don't want to spoil it, but for anyone who did the Burn Out the Bad quest, you'll know what I mean. The furnace. Burn intensity to be gradually increased. Live combat 1 to 3 hellhounds depending on performance. Jesus.
Conditioning. This is nothing short of torture.
Does anyone know what I'm talking about? The optional raids of Shadowbringers? Badback Conservatory, writ of incorporation. The Kingdom of Olud hereby incorporates this institution, wherein juvenile bearers are to be granted the opportunity to give themselves in service to the state as soldiers. Trainees succumbing to the crystal's curse or otherwise perishing are to be disposed of with all haste. The graveyard is strictly reserved for the uncursed. Bearer disposal within its bounds is punishable by death. Jesus.
Disposed of.
It's like a
Herman wasn't exaggerating.
Garbage.
It's a wonder he survived this place.
Yeah, that's an Easter egg.
I need to find that registry.
I kind of think it is. To me, it really feels like the Easter egg, too obscure. I think these Easter eggs are meant to be obscure. And I feel like if it's a furnace, dude, that room was a furnace. You remember that room from Burnout the Bad. They had a furnace. That's why I think it is an Easter egg. I have recently learned that my own daughter was among the children turned to stone by the brutal training I subjected them to. Oh God. I had not so much of a thought as her since handing her over to the authorities as a babe. But inquiries with the military confirmed it. It was her. I had been torturing my own flesh and blood, and now I see her everywhere. Today one of the children smiled at me in the hope of receiving a few scraps from my table. It was her smile. A smile she inherited from her mother. The mother I killed for giving birth to a bear. Who the fuck was this guy? The ghosts have all come back to haunt me. My daughters, my wives, all of them. All those children. So many have died in my hand. I can bear the guilt no longer. This is dark. And also Zerothis. Thank you so much for the follow and welcome. How are you doing? I can bear the guilt no longer. And so I have decided tomorrow I too must die. It will be the last order I give to those poor wretches, the last torment I subject them to. I will command them to tear me limb from limb and inter my accursed corpse beneath the white tree whose crooked hands reach to the sky in supplication. And beside me my shame, my curse, the record of all their names, all those I have wronged. What the
This reads like a suicide note. Did the director go through with his plan? There's only one way to find out.
Oh my god, this is like a... This is my attempt to soothe myself. That's terrible. He didn't even have the courage to do his own bidding, but instead he decided to traumatize these kids just a little bit more. How terrible is this? Like, why are these quests so dark? What the fuck? This game is so dark. Like, the main story is good, but honestly, like, these side quests are... What the f... You know?
A forked white tree. This must be the place.
This is disgusting.
Could he really be buried here?
Where are the kids?
Something hidden among the roots. Let's see.
The Skyrim side quest, once you're in, you can't get out. Uh-huh. That's exactly what it is. And I've done both. Like, you can't drop the side quests to do the main story because they just feel so important, don't they? Backpack Conservatory, Registry of Bearer Losses. What is this? 846 v 8. What is this? 8e 16 days. Oh, this is a date. Hans, 10 years old. Lithification. Alfred, 9 years old. Succumb to conditioning. Franz, 12 years old. Lithification. I don't know these words. Polina, maybe it's better. 10 years old. Emaciation. Bruno, 11 years old. Disciplined for attempted flight. Joanna, 12 years old, disciplined for attempted flight. So they probably tried to escape together. Reynard, 9 years old, succumbed to conditioning. Martha, 10 years old, succumbed to conditioning. Lothar. No, they wouldn't make a World of Warcraft reference. 12 years old, Lithification. Dietrich, 11 years old, Emaciation. So this goes like on and on.
So many names. This place was a slaughterhouse.
Yeah, lithification I know, but emaciation?
Where is the architect of all this misery?
What? Is that something that I'm supposed to know? Oh. Oh, well, damn. Who are these guys?
It's only a matter of time, I suppose.
Like, honestly, I think we're a bit over-leveled. We're level 45. And these guys are like, what, like 38?
This place is cursed.
I guess there's no finishing this quest without dealing with these dudes. Like, I can't stop doing these side stories. Emaciation starts to death. Oh, I would have been better off had I not learned this, but I did ask. That's horrible. That is terrible, even for someone who's not a parent. Obviously, you don't want to picture these things being done to kids unless you're a fucking monster. And then if you are a parent, it's just like, I don't know, it pisses you off in like a very special way. Just malware, I should have pointed that, I see. I feel like I should, like, get like an advanced English crash course before I stream my next game. Like, I feel like I just don't know words that I'm supposed to know, you know? I'm glad how you all gave me a definition. Thank you for being dedicated and teaching me English. Emaciation, a condition where the person can get more than 20% of their body weight, basically starvation almost. I see. Thank you for all three of them. Less than. Yeah, I'm, in my mind I read it as less than.
Oh, done.
Okay, go back to the hideaway. It feels like we've done so much, yet there are still these like stories that we haven't. Like, we're gonna be doing these tomorrow too. This is not gonna end today.
There's something about it.
I don't know how to get there. I'm gonna have to do these hunt quests as well because they're probably going to take me to more side quests whose chains I haven't completed yet. That is. So we'll do that too. I don't want to miss out on any. Now I don't know how to go. Oh, I see. And I think I'm doing better at actually walking around this place.
I hear that you traveled to Ash, Sid. Did you by any chance recover the names of my fallen friends?
I did. Yes.
Maybe he was one of the kids who had to like tear him apart. That would be disgusting. Concise and disturbingly detailed record of their orphan deaths. It says. It is
I
disturbing.
may. The bearer registry.
Maybe we hear gruesome details of that particular event.
The director was a brutal man. He got no worse than he deserved.
The registry was all I found beneath the tree. There was no sign of a body. Or any record of what happened to the children after the orphanage closed.
I pray that at least some of them survived. All their names are here.
Oh no, he was okay. I guess he
Once we
escaped early or something.
My friends.
I'm not sure.
My light in those
Like he
dark
wasn't the last
times.
one. He wasn't the one who killed him, right?
I can still remember their faces. Like it was yesterday. Children who were taken from their bunks in the morning, never to return. No explanation ever offered.
They'd be happy to know that you survived, Herman.
But why did I make it out alive, when so many others died in that awful place?
It's not your fault.
I can imagine the guilt.
And blaming yourself won't bring them back. Honor their memory. See that their names live on. That way, at least. They're never truly gone.
Thank you.
Like, why didn't they at least feed the kids if they
I'm
wanted
going
them
to
to
write a
become,
book.
weapons?
An account of the horrors of Badbach, and the spirit of those its custodians sought to crush. All of Valisthea will know of our suffering, and in the name of those I lost, I will not let it happen
I
again.
wonder if we ever get to see it, maybe in like some
These
sort of
records
DLC or
would
something.
have been buried for all eternity.
Like,
Were
I
it
would
not
love,
for you.
like, if they did a DLC for like some of these breadcrumbs to just kind of
Thank
come
you.
back. Wouldn't that be cool? I think they're capable of it. So if they were capable of creating these side quests in a way that they did, I think we might just, we might see these things. I know which quest I want to do. I want to go back to the chambers, and there's a quest that mentions Jill. I think it would be really cool to do it because it looked important, but it only showed up after we did some quests. So I'm not sure what it is that I needed to do to open that one as a requirement or whatever. But we will do it now. And depending on how long it is, I may or may not do another one today, but we'll see. Yeah, let's do that one. How can I tell how many of these quests I already did? Journal, streets of, okay. These are what? Science, okay, but how do I see completed quests? Okay. How do I know? 1, 2, 3. Can I like we did 68 side quests. How many side quests is there? I think I saw that info somewhere, and I think it's 70 something. 70 something quests that exists in the game overall. Is that correct? Does anyone know? Treasure hunts. Okay, so these are like, okay, the letters. At some point I will read those too. Concern for Joe. Though her icon brought her much suffering, the loss of Shiva weighs heavy on her heart, and we would be poor friends indeed if we not seek to lighten that burden, even but only a fraction before we depart for the skies. I would speak on this more in private. So I'm not sure if this is Jill's
If
quest or
Joshua's worried
Joshua's
about
quest.
Jill, I should go and speak with him.
it's not too late for any of the quests that well, Jill's right there. We could talk to her. I hope it was not too late to start any of the chains. I know that there was a point of no return back, when we did the event. But after, like, before that happened, I think we had all of the side quests done. If I'm not wrong.
Joshua, I read your message. You're right. Jill is different. I don't think I'd realized how different, but since we returned from Drake's spine, I've felt it more and more.
I suppose it's not hard to imagine why.
She doesn't think she belongs anymore.
Aww.
And that's why we need
and it's
to
our
remind
fault.
her she is still one of us. To let her know that we still need her, now more than ever. That you still need her. But how to do that? When last we were truly close, we were but children.
Of course. Do you remember the time we accompanied Father on his annual tour of the Duchy? And Jill and I broke from the procession to ride up Man's Hill.
To see the snow daisies, I remember. It was the first time Father had allowed us to join him. And when he realized you were missing, he had the entire retinue down to the pot boys combing the countryside.
Oh god.
In the rain. A thunderstorm forced us to take refuge in a grove of oaks before we'd even made it halfway there. It was the Lord Commander who finally found us, and needless to say, he was none too pleased.
And it seems you and Jill have unfinished business. What do you say?
Man's Hill. It's not that far.
Is that like a date that I get with her?
Though I suspect it is also much changed. Little in southern Rosaria remains as it was when we were children.
You're saying I should go and scout the area for bandits?
I'm saying we should first go and see if there are actually still any snow daisies left. What would you do without me, Clive?
Really? Yeah, Joshua is far more romantic than Clive. Like, if I had to choose between the two, you know. I would probably not choose the overly fried chicken, that's for sure.
Come on.
I was referring to Ifrit's form in case you thought anything else. Oh, that's not good, is it?
This is the place, but
I'm sorry, Clive.
Eesh. Like,
there's no weapon spare.
as a phoenix, can he not, like,
What do we do now?
do something? Like, resurrect the flowers? That's not how it works, is
cannot
it?
be the only place where snow daisies grow.
Perhaps, but it's the only place I know of.
Why is this game all about flowers?
Then why not ask someone who might know of another?
Someone at the backyard. To the hideaway, then.
It's like the root just there. But honestly, it's kind of a cool. It's kind of a cool quest. Talking fried chicken when calling for your choco, that's sad.
Let's hope one of the gardeners knows where to find snow daisies.
I actually didn't even catch that. I was just like, I don't know, summoning it from my muscle memory. Didn't think much about it. But now I'm starting to grasp how horrible that was.
Say what you will.
I'm sorry you have to wait this my dry and occasionally unfunny humor. I do not envy you.
Oh. What brings you down from the heavens, Sid?
I need your advice. Joshua and I are looking for a place where snow daisies grow. Preferably in abundance.
Snow daisies. Then you'll want somewhere not too hot and not too cold, and where the winds are strong enough to carry
So
the
why
seeds.
don't they grow there anymore?
I reckon Man's Hill would be a good place to start. There in the Royal Meadows, perhaps? Both have similar climbs and the right elevation. If the Blight hasn't claimed them yet.
Right.
We just went to Man's Hill, so the royal mansion thing that she mentioned, I think that would be...
you learn where we might find our flowers?
The gardener here mentioned the royal meadows in Sambrak.
Ah, the fields beyond Northreach. Well, if that's the case, then Yote was right. I recalled that she'd kept the record of our travels, you see. So I asked her if she'd perhaps noted anywhere that snow daisies grew, and she mentioned Boilerfeist Bay.
Whose shores border the meadows. Off we go then.
Her records were terribly detailed if she went and like recorded what flowers grow, you know, in which areas. But then again, she was tasked with healing Joshua as well, so I'm guessing that she would have kept the records of like where plants grow in case she needs them for like anything. I guess it makes sense. And honestly, I guess around that
Ambrosia won't
time,
help me here.
like what else are you gonna write in your little notebook except for like the things that you see around you, and apparently keep records of gruesome children's deaths as well. Like, is there anything else that people wrote about?
Faster.
I think I'm going the wrong way. Oh man, I'm going the wrong way. Can I like? I can't teleport there. I actually have to go through the Northreach. Never mind. Never mind, bird. I'll see you on the other side of the gate. I wish I could ride through the city. I wish
No
this
need
was
to ride
something
from
that we
here.
had kept, like from Final Fantasy XIV, you know? So I haven't
does the
played
Dame have to say
15,
about
but does it
I
feel?
would speak with this Duke.
Does it feel to you like
Saw the captain just now.
Does it feel to you like they've tried to make it seem like like 15 never happened? Like considering that 14 and 16 had the the same like crew and whatnot. Would you like if you had played 15? I would really appreciate your insight as well. Like, would you think that that's kind of the effect that this game had on the series?
Come on.
Because some people do say that this is like a continuation to 14, which I can see. And I don't know what 15 is like, but a lot of people do complain about 15. So I'm guessing that this would be the real continuation. I think the Final 15 had as the main guy last of the shutdown. That's why we got that down 3, the DLC we didn't get. See, I've heard about a book, but I didn't really understand what how this whole production was about. And I remember while I was playing near Replicant, there was a discussion in the chat, and I was explained in detail what happened, and the producer apparently was the one who designed, I want to say, Final Fantasy XIII as well? Something like that. I don't remember it in detail, but I know that there was like an abandonment of project of a sort, and that apparently there was like a DLC that basically contained the best parts of the story, if I'm not mistaken. But like the rest of the story, like the that happened in like the main game wasn't as good or something like that. Or Versus 13. I don't know what Versus 13 is. I just know what, well, I know of Final Fantasy 13, but I don't know. Ah, shit. But I don't know exactly like how it's called. I remember watching that trailer, I was blown away. Of 13? Or this, okay, does 13 have like, this is a dumb question, but does 13 have like an expansion? Like, what is a Versus 13? I don't think I understand it. 15 is good, the DLC kind of made up for it. For me. So the opinion on like the DLC is divided, or when 13 came out, we got a trailer for another game called Versus 13. I see. So 13 Versus 13 was supposed to be the continuation of the 13 itself, or no? We got a trailer for another game called Versus 13, which eventually became 15. Oh, oh, that's awkward. Of the actual game, from what I understand. I don't. It is unclear to me where I need to go. There's nothing glowing around here that is basically pointing me in the right direction. I can't see where the. Oh, is it this? Oh god, I'm gonna have to, of course, slay everyone.
Do you see them?
So, if the trailer for 13, or Versus 13, excuse me, was good, but then you got 15, would you say that the trailer for Versus 13 was misleading in that way, that you expected a spectacle, but the spectacle never happened? What the f is this?
Let's hope this is the
13 and
last
Versus
one.
13 is totally different because the production came to a halt and was pushed back for years. That's unfortunate for like such a big, like, genre, and the series is like, it's very unfortunate. Okay, he's not really like attacking or anything, right? He's just gonna. Did he say apple pie? New enemies approach? Oh, don't show me the trailer. I'm probably supposed to watch it on stream. Like, Luna has this nasty habit of like basically showcasing me React content because he really wants to see me look at it. From time to time, that man has very little consideration. Watching the trailer for Versus 13 is insignificant. Okay, thank you for letting me know. But you always say that. Even when people tell me that they want us to watch something together. I think when we finally saw it become 15 and I think people had a hunch it would be different, the closest thing like we got to it was the final 15 trailer. I see. So overall, was it a disappointment? Or were you just kind of, you know, happy that at least some part of that game was kind of brought into life? Or 15 just managed to just kind of like shit on it?
That was harder than I expected.
Oh, that's pretty. I think we found it.
It was worth it. They're beautiful.
I like how Clive is impressed by flowers. It's endearing.
She'll love them. Come on. Let's go.
So I have to now go back to the hideaway to summon Jill and bring her back here. I will play 15. Now that I've chosen to stream a little bit more, we're gonna have more time to go through these titles. I've come to a realization that I'm not gonna live forever.
It appears my work is done.
That I have to play these games.
It's up to you.
I'm not dying.
You and the skies.
Rapidly.
We wouldn't want another thunderstorm now, would we?
To my knowledge. Nothing is that long of a game when you have time. Like, I normally don't do everything unless things are mind-blowing, kind of like in this game, where you would fundamentally miss out on things if you don't do the side things. I don't do all the side things. I'm not obsessed with it.
There's something I'd like to show you.
There is? And where might this something be?
It's, not here.
He's so awkward.
Now, I know this is sudden, but how would you fancy a trip to Oriflamme?
Fantasy for English players like me, FF2 came out in 88 and FF1 came out in 90. That's not normal. Oh, okay, we didn't have the
There are
fourth
so
there.
many. This is what you wanted to show me.
How weird is it that Clive is showing this version of this unexpected version of
You don't need
himself?
to say anything.
Aww.
The smile on your face is enough. We've been worried about you, Joshua and I. Do you remember when I took you to Man's Hill? Or tried to?
How could I forget? You saw me crying and thought a change of scenery might lift my spirits. In the end, it earned me a nasty cough and a stern scolding from your mother. But I felt wonderful nonetheless.
I'm sorry. I had no idea what I was getting us both into.
That's so cute, isn't it?
Like that.
Before we left, my chambermaid told me she'd overheard your mother talking about my marriage prospects with some of the noblewomen at court.
That's terrible.
They were debating whether it would be
Jill
more
was an orphan?
profitable to marry me off to one
Or-
of the high houses instead of saving me for the ducal line. No one thought to ask me what I wanted. I was nothing to them. A pawn at best.
She was 13 at the time. That's
So
terrible.
lonely.
I didn't know.
But I wasn't alone. You were there. Your hand in mine as we ran for those oaks. And I knew then, no matter what happened, I would be alright.
No, you wouldn't. You would have been married
I'll
off
never
somewhere.
forget that feeling.
And you would not have been okay. What is she talking about? She can say that to herself now. Oh, Torgo's asleep. You can literally miss out on this quest. You can quite literally not ever do this.
Before we broke camp, the morning after the storm, do you know what I did?
No? What?
I slipped away from my governess to climb the tor. And from there I saw a sea of petals, all reaching for the sun. And I realized that no matter how terrible the night, dawn would always come. That you would always come.
Aww.
For me. And you have. Again and again.
Like, I wish I was able to see Jill as something more than Clive's romantic interest. It's a bit unfortunate that she's not, but this is still cute.
I don't know. Not here, though. I think I've outgrown the twins. After everything we've been through, the realm just seems so small.
Yeah, especially when you can teleport.
I'll need some space to spread my wings.
Yeah, I'm just not impressed by Jill. I'm not done with it, obviously, yet, but meh.
And I'll stop at nothing to see that you do.
Aww. That's so cute.
I never was much good at garlands.
Like, I've reconciled with it.
But it'll have to do.
I'm now okay with who she is. And I've accepted it.
Clive. For this, the flowers, for everything. It's exactly what I needed. You are my treasure.
Aww. I think she was made to make Clive look a little better. That's how I see her. I think she was made as a support character. But we didn't realize that. We thought that she was
There's still much to do.
gonna like carry
We'll do it together.
the burden of, you know, strong female characters or whatever. She's not necessarily weak, but I feel like she was made to complement Clive's character, Clive's like actions and whatnot, you know. Well, we got the flower thingy. Oh, nice! Joining hands with Jill. Jill has joined Clive's party and will remain with him until departing for Origin. Oh, so you get her, and you get Joshua to join your party, and that's how you get to quest with all of them. See, I was wondering if like Joshua is gonna be like the only one who you get to like go around with. So this is gonna make like combat probably a little bit easier and whatnot. So this is the plan. Tomorrow, I'm going to be back. We have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from the hunts. 4, 5. 4, 5, 6. We have 6 side quests to do tomorrow, and I wouldn't bet on being able to do both the side quests and the story. So, what we're gonna do is tomorrow I'm most likely going to be finishing the side quests. I'm expecting some of them to emerge once I'm done, maybe with the hunt board or something like that. Like something is going to happen. So at least 6 side quests, and I think I can do that during tomorrow's stream. And even if 1 or 2 pop up, that's going to be totally fine. So we want to clear everything, and then I'm going to, you can pretty much count on another stream after that. So today is Tuesday. I will stream Wednesday. That's tomorrow. That's going to be the side quests. I will stream on Thursday. On Thursday, I'm planning to finish the game. I will take Friday off, and then weekend we are going to proceed according to the schedule. So the schedule is Final Fantasy X. We're going to start with it. But yeah, today, before we go, I will give someone a host, so stick around. We are going to host, let me find someone who I wanted to visit. Give me a second. We're gonna find someone to put a little smile on their face. Actually, I think that we should host Lunaria, because she actually hung out in my stream a lot, and I haven't gotten to know her yet. So we're gonna host. She's playing, if I manage to host, if Kick allows me to, Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Anniversary Edition. So I think it will be fun to take a look as well. Anyways, thank you so much for hanging out today. I hope you had a wonderful night, and tomorrow I will be seeing you same time, same place. If I'm a few minutes late, you know why. But I will be back, and we're gonna finish off these side stories. Anyway, have a lovely evening. Take care, have fun, and see you tomorrow. Bye. I have to plug this up.